Hey, it's Steve Zonardo here with Remax West Zonardo Associates. Happy Monday morning. Just a real quick update of the market. Current inventory, we're at 16,079 units, highest point of the year. Again, we know we're heading this direction no matter what. So again, we're at 16,000 units in the month of June. So yeah, expect July, August to be the 17 to 18,000 range. So it's like we're incrementally going up 1,000 per month. 1,000 units actually sold in the last 7 days, and again, we're starting to get like 860 sold, and there's 1,200. Now it's back to 1,000. And to be honest, it's been very quiet here at our office, knowing the showings and knowing how many deals are going through. Also, even my personal listings, it's the showings are very sparse. There's some of them haven't received a showing in 2 weeks. Some properties had to reduce price, still no showings. Some other properties that were getting 2 to 3 showings depending on the week. So, but also no one's really coming to the plate and submitting an offer. We're getting calls from realtors saying, what do you think on the price of your current listing? My clients like it, but they're not willing to pay the price. So then it's just, is your clients willing to accept this new price that we're going into? And again, this is always a descent into the abyss when we don't know how far and how deep this is going to go. So I'll keep you in tune with that. I'll give you one example. We have a listing in just up north in Angus, and literally, we started. The house probably was worth about $850 in the height of the market. We listed at $799 or $769 holdback offers. Couldn't get anything to work. Relist the property at $779. Then it's like $769. Now we're at $749 to match the comparable property. And now the comparable property that was listed on the same street just reduced their price to $729. So now, my client's not in need to sell the property because it's an investment property, so he'll just re-rent it out. But the other seller is naturally, it looks like they're committed to something else, so they want to keep lowering the price in order to get it sold. So they're on track to get it sold. They're at $729, probably sell for the let's say the high sixes, let's say $690 to $700K. So it's about $150K off the mark, and I guess if you put into percentage form, it's what, about maybe 20%, something around that's already dropped off the value of this current property. That's pretty much it. And then I'm trying to break down, where's all these sales happening, and it's a good thing that we have the system here that can kind of break down per region where these sales are happening, because I noticed in York region there's not many sales happening. So let's break it down. So York region right now in the last 7 days, in 7 days is 117 sales. So all of York region, okay, all the different municipalities and communities in. So all the communities, 117 sold, and that's townhouses, condominiums, semi-detaches, link style houses, detaches. So every type of living property except mobile homes is in that number, that figure. So 117 sold. In Simcoe, 95 units. Peel region, 131 units. Durham, 133 units. And Toronto. So Toronto, remember, that goes from the lake all the way to borders here in Woodbridge. And there was only 180 sold in the last, let's say, 7 days. So, obviously things are getting lower and lower and lower and lower, and you can always see Toronto's always got that influx of more sales, but again, it's a really large region, so maybe it all equates to the exact same. The Bank of Canada did meet last week or 2 weeks ago to raise their rates and to 50 basis points. But I wanted to print out, especially TD, because I follow their mortgage rates, their posted rates, and they change it so drastically, and you can never find what they've posted in the past to kind of give you an idea. So basically, this is and again, I'm an elder millennial, so sorry about the printouts. Until somebody teach me how to do this digitally, this is how it's done. So it's 4.5% for a 5-year fix, right? And then the 5-year variable close was 2.7%. And now if you kind of look at this now, like the new posted rates, and they actually did this over the weekend, it's 4.74% and 3.3% for a fixed variable. So that's what that 50 basis points did. And it didn't do that much damage. I think the 5-year fix went up about, 35%? Something, or 26 basis points, and the 5-year fix went up. It looks like 60 basis points. So again, that's what we're seeing now when they change those rates, the overnight lending rate, how it affects the different rates with the fixed mortgages and the variables. And again, this is still not so bad considering the big shot that we just got. And I believe now so they're meeting again July 13th. So we'll see. There's talks of another 50 basis points or even 0.75% basis points. Even the U.S. is talking about that, because the U.S. is meeting. The Federal Reserve is meeting what is it here? June 14th to 15th. So this week here, and they're going to talk about their rate increase. Obviously, they're trying to hedge inflation because they're at 8.6%. Inflation, we're at 6.8%. So it looks like they're probably going to go for another 50 basis points. And there's talks about 75 basis points going forward if they cannot hedge the inflation. And I think Canada is going to follow suit with that too. And looking at the inflation rate, so this is the highest inflation the U.S. has experienced since 1981. So that's the year of my birth. So that's literally 41 years ago. And for Canada, it's a 31-year high. So that was that boom bust cycle in the late 80s that really flattened the market. And we took literally 10 to 12 years, even longer. Some areas took maybe 20 years to get back that initial value, like recovery value of what they purchased at. And this is why people ask why you're selling stuff, and I'm more afraid of the recovery of these current prices. And I said, if the investment is replaceable, sell it. If it's not, like it's tied up to like some bigger deal, some land severance or whatever, or it's like a great multiplex in the city, then fair enough, keep it. But if you can replace it, it's like a townhouse in Angus, Alliston, something in Woodbridge, who gives a shit? Unload it, sell it, cash out, and then sit tight, because this is obviously, we don't know how deep we're going to go here. And media's not helping it either. We always have this new negative information coming out, new negative stream of information coming out. So it's always, obviously offsetting buyers, or buyers are not coming out. And even if they are coming out, they're really looky-loos. They're basically just looking, and they're talking about really crazy low numbers. And if they get at that number, they'll do the deal. So there's no rhyme, no reason where they're saying, well, that property sold for X amount of dollars, and considering the times, we'll subtract it by 10%, and then we'll give you that, which would be fair for every seller. But it's more like, we're asking $1 million. We'll give you like 820 if you take it or leave it. It's like these crazy pawn shop deals that obviously the sellers are not willing to take at this point, right? Because they're just throwing out these crazy numbers. If they accept it, then they'll go ahead. But that's pretty much it, guys. Have an amazing day. If you got any questions, always reach out here on Insta, or you can DM me directly at 647-962-4372. Have a great day.